Alright guys, welcome back to another video. This video is a must watch for you if you are planning to take the PT test in 2026 and writing is a key concern for you. If you're aiming for a superior score in writing, you need to pay attention that what actually works and that what are things which are not working anymore. In this video, I'll be telling you 5 things you need to avoid if you want to get a superior score in writing. So let's get started. Alright, very first thing you all need to understand that there are 4 different question types which will contribute towards your writing module. Writing summarize written text, writing essay, listening summarize spoken text, and listening write from dictation. All the 4 question types are extremely important. There was a time when I used to ask students that yes, this question is not that important, you don't really need to worry about it. But now each and everything is important and you need to pay attention to all these 4 question types. The very first thing which you need to avoid if you want to get a superior score is that you should not be blindly copying and pasting the sentences in summarized written text. Yes, in summarized written text, you can still write the same sentences from the passage, but you have to be very careful. Now, if you are doing summarized written text, first of all, you need to at least spend 1 to 2 minutes to understand the passage and select 2, 3, or 4 important sentences. You have to select those sentences which have got important information, relevant information, and have got key ideas as well. Then you have to write those 2 to 4 sentences using connectors. After that, you need to make sure you at least change or replace, I would say, 2 to 3 words from the given sentences or from the sentences you have selected and replace them with words with similar meaning so that the meaning is same but you are changing a few words so that it doesn't just looks like you have just written the same thing. So summarize written text, 2 things you need to be very careful about. First of all, you need to select the sentences carefully. It's not that you just select whatever you wish to or something which is not even making sense. You can still write the same sentences from the given passage, but you need to make sure you select sentences which are important, which have got important ideas, ideas related with the main topic, and then at the end you need to make sure you change 2 to 3 words at least. So this is one thing you need to change in summarized written text to get your desired scores. If you don't know what method you have to use, you need to use this method. I'll attach the link to the video where I've explained summarized written text in detail, which is working. You need to follow the exactly same method. 2 to 4 sentences, connect using the connectors, and then make sure you change few words. Write between 5 to 75 words and in only one sentence. Summarize written text is extremely important because it is going to give you points in reading and writing. So be very careful and follow all these things. Now, point number 2 is following templates in writing essay. Writing essays have changed so much, and I really want you to be very careful about writing essay. Now, you can still use the template, you can still use the structure, but you have to make sure you address the topic properly. There was a time when we used to give students a template where they used to just add few keywords and they used to get 90 out of 90, but you cannot do that anymore. Any template you're using, any structure you're using, you're free to do that. It's not that you have to only follow our strategy or our template, but one thing you'll have to follow or implement in each and every case is that you write relevant ideas. For example, if the question or the essay topic is asking you write the advantages and disadvantages of playing sports, you need to make sure your response, whether freestyle or using a template, addresses the advantages and disadvantages of sports. If you do not address the topic properly, unfortunately, you will not be getting full scores. So this is one thing you need to be very careful in essay. You can use the template, you can use the structure, but you need to address whatever is asked in the question. This is what is going on in PT. Essay marking, content marking, or content relevancy marking is slightly difficult, and we have implemented the same changes on our portal as well. If you practice any essay on languageacademy.com.au or in the LAPT exam practice app, you'll get clear feedback on your content that yes, this is what you have missed in your content, this is what you should have addressed in your content, and that is something you really need to take seriously. You need to work on your content. You can follow the structure, you can follow the template, but address the topic properly. So in essay, out of the 20 minutes, first 1 minute I would say understand what the topic is asking you. Next 15 minutes address and write your response, and at the end 3 to 4 minutes make sure you proofread, make sure there are no grammar and spelling mistakes. So this is what you need to do in essay, and this is what you need to avoid as well if you want to get a superior score in your writing. Next is summarize spoken text. Using keywords in summarize spoken text is mistake number 3 you want to avoid if you want to get a superior score. Now, summarize spoken text in listening will give you a lot of points in writing as well. And I've seen a lot of students just write down keywords from the lecture, put in a template, and think they've done the job. Summarize spoken text as well. Content relevancy is marked strictly. And you need to make sure you do not just rely or write keywords. You need to make sure you add relevant content, meaningful sentences and phrases. It's not difficult, but you have to make sure that your response or the summary makes some sense. For example, you have to always start with an introduction. The lecture or the summary or the lecture or the audio was about the topic. Firstly, write one idea or topic or statement or a phrase which they actually mentioned or which is similar to what they mentioned in the audio. Then furthermore, another point, moreover, another point, and then to conclude the lecture presented information about, or to conclude you can add another point. So at least 3 to 4 sentences you need to include in your response. These sentences should be meaningful. It's not that you've just written sentences or you've got a template whereby it says, furthermore, he highlighted some information about, you just add one keyword. No, you have to write something like this. The lecture was about playing sports. Firstly, he mentioned or he stated or he elaborated, or you can simply start this way. Firstly, playing sports are crucial or are important for the overall fitness of the body. Furthermore, playing cricket and basketball help with physical development of young kids. However, there are drawbacks of playing sports such as injury and tiredness or loss of energy. To conclude, the lecture presented advantages and disadvantages of playing sports and um, told that why sports should be played. So it's more about you need to understand the lecture, write down keywords, and then frame your response in such a way that it is actually meaningful and is actually making sense. All right. So this is what you have to do and what you have to avoid in summarized spoken text if you want to get your desired scores. Now, mistake number 4, write from dictation, the fourth question type. A lot of students are scared that in write from dictation the marking has changed, but I've tried it myself. A lot of students are getting 90 every day, and this is one advice which we give them for write from dictation. In write from dictation there have been no changes. You get 1 point for each correct word you write and 0 for each incorrect word you write. There is no negative marking, so you don't really need to stress about whether you can add extra words or not. For example, the sentence is, I am a good boy. Listen to the sentence, write down initials, so write down the words and then type back the sentence. Try to write it as accurately as possible. But in case, if in any sentence you're confused about spellings, for example, you're not really sure good, how do you spell good? G-O-O-D or G-U-D? You write both the words, G-O-O-D and G-U-D. You'll get points for the word you have written correctly, and you'll not be negatively marked for the extra word you have written. There's no negative marking, and you do not really need to worry about your sequence as well. You're not really sure if it was I am a good boy or the good boy. You can write both, I am a space the good boy. You're not really sure if it was boy or boys. You can write both boy space boys and at the end one full stop. You don't really need to worry about your sequence. You can add as many as extra words you can. However, you need to be careful with your time management. I've seen a lot of students, what they do is they get the first sentence, they type back the sentence, and then they just keep on playing with the sentence. They keep on adding extra words. They are sure the words were not there. Try not to do this. Add extra words where you're actually doubtful, because you cannot afford to spend more than 1 minute on one write from dictation. You'll have 3 to 4, and you have to make sure you manage your time properly. You cannot afford missing out on any question in your write from dictation, as this is the last question of your test of the listening module as well, and you have to be very careful with time management. So this was mistake number 4, which you should avoid. This was tip number 4 as well, which you should do in your write from dictation. Now, last thing which a lot of students are not really sure or the mistake which a lot of students do make, mistake number 5, is not taking enough mock test. I really request you to make sure you at least take 3 to 4 full mock tests and as many as sectional and extensive mock tests before you go for the test, so that it is clear what scores you're likely to get in the test, where you're lacking, because the mock test and the actual test will be pretty similar. The flow of the test, the time management, the interface of the test is pretty similar. And I want you to be exposed to the exam like environment before you actually go for the test, so that on the test day, there are no surprises. Another thing, what you can do while you take the mock test, especially the speaking part, play some background noise. Right on YouTube, just search background noise, play that on your phone or your computer, because in the speaking section, there will be around 5 to 7 people at least in your room speaking at the same time, and you need to get used to it. And for writing, I'll highly recommend you to take the extensive writing mock test, which consists of summarized written text, writing essay, summarized spoken text, and write from dictation in a timed environment. And at the end, you'll get a scorecard, tutor feedback, and in-depth analysis of where you have gone wrong, what you need to work on, and what other things you need to avoid. Taking a mock test will give you a clear idea of what other things you should be avoiding in the test, so that there are no surprises, no hiccups on the test day, and you get your desired scores. You can take the mock test anywhere you wish to. If you want to take it on languageacademy.com.au, you just need to register. You'll get one full mock test, one sectional mock test for each section, and one extensive mock test for each section type as well. For free, you can take it for free. You'll get the scorecard, feedback, tutor feedback, and in-depth analysis. So I'll highly recommend you do that before you test. You can also download the LAPT exam practice app and take the mock test over there. So these were 5 things I would want you to avoid if you want to get a superior score in writing. First, make sure you select the sentences carefully in summarized written text and change 2 to 3 words. Second, essay, make sure you address the essay topic properly, even if you're writing the essay by yourself or you're using a template. Third, summarize spoken text. Don't just write irrelevant or keywords which are not making any sense. Make sure you make proper sentences, frame proper sentences. Number 4, add as many extra words in write from dictation, but be careful with your time. So wherever you're doubtful about spellings, articles, singular or plural, you can add extra words, no issues with that. And last, make sure you take as many mock tests you can, so that you know what happens on the test day. You're confident, you perform well. PT is your performance test. Doesn't matter how much you're prepared. If you do not perform in those 2 to 3 hours, things can be difficult. So make sure you perform well, you're confident, focus on what you can control, and you will be 100% fine. My positive vibes, my best wishes are always with you. Just be confident, give your 100%, and you'll be fine. If I've done it, if thousands of students are doing it every day, you can crack it as well. That's it from this video. I hope the video was helpful. If it was, do like, share, and subscribe. That helps the channel to grow, and that helps the channel and the videos to reach the right audience. If you need any help, we have got our campuses here. We do provide online classes for PT Academic. PT Co, we have got 13 sessions running every day according to different time zones. And if you come on board with us, we are going to give 100% to help you out, like we have helped more than 50,000 students till date. That's it from this video. Now you can go and practice on languageacademy.com.au, or if you're using it on your phone, you can download the LAPT exam practice app. The link is in the description box.